Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back to the Fever Pitch Podcast. I'm your co-host Brian.
No, Dan, how you doing?
Doing good. A lot has happened in the sports world since we last spoke, and it's crazy. From drafts to eliminations, and a lot has been happening in the world of football as well. Talk to me. What's going on in the NFL?
Well, to kick it off, no pun intended. Rashee Rice is facing 8 charges. As you all know, he identifies himself as the driver that led to that multi-car collision. At the top of March or the end of March, and he's been sued and he's going through the legal proceedings. He turned himself in. He bonded out for 40K. Uh, it was noted that before impact, he was driving at 119 miles per hour. So I'm sure he was drag racing with his homies and couldn't really control himself. His teammate or his associate who plays for SMU, he got suspended by the school, and his punishment hasn't been announced yet. But Andy Reid did say that the most important part is that he's learned from him and then taking it day by day.
I feel like there's a lot of outrage that he's not getting more severe consequences, but nobody died, right?
No deaths. I don't think there were any major injuries, but he did flee the scene of a collision. So that wasn't really the best look there, but he did appear to have some remorse. But people want to see athletes, especially they want their heads on stakes, especially when you do damage.
It's got to be just because he just won the Super Bowl. That's got to be the only reason people are on it like that. Because I'm like, 8 charges for a high-speed wreck. Is that normal?
Well, I think it was 8 cars involved, so he got
Oh,
charged per. I think he got charged per car, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get the official information there. A warrant was issued out, 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of collision, and 6 counts of 1 count of collision involving serious bodily injury and 6 counts of collision involving injury.
wait, aggravated assault. Wait, I'm confused. I thought it was a car crash.
It was. I think the legal proceedings can determine. Let's see. A second-degree felony is punishable by up to 20 years. Collision involving bodily injury. Yeah, I'm trying to get the details as to why he's being charged with that, but I'm not a legal professional, so I feel like if they claim there's grounds to charge him with such, who am I to argue? But me personally, I haven't found much information besides the fact that yeah, it was a chain reaction crash in Dallas. Rice had been driving a Lamborghini sport utility vehicle, and Theodore Knox, the SMU cornerback I was speaking about earlier, also received the same charges.
The only thing I'm not understanding is the aggravated assault. How does somebody get aggravated assault for a car crash? And I looked it up because I was like, all right, not a lawyer, not really sure what the definition of aggravated assault is, but it's an unlawful attack by one person upon another for the purpose of inflicting severe or aggravated bodily injury. You,
Mm.
how do you spin that from a car crash?
Well, you gotta believe it. You gotta believe victims, at least initially. So I'm sure his lawyer and his legal team will fight that. But maybe because it was a hit and run, you can kind of deem that as that. I'm not a legal professional. I would have to do more research to get understanding, but that is what they charged him with.
If they're somehow able to spin this into an aggravated assault and give him, you said what? That carries up to what? Aggravated assault.
Second degree felony up to 20 years in jail, in prison, pardon.
20 years for a car crash when I get he was being negligent, he was being reckless, but to put him away for 20 years
So
for a car crash?
the two occupants Uh, I will not say their name. I don't want to get sued, but their name is public information. They are suing for, in addition, Rice and yeah, they're suing for $1 million, alleging to have suffered severe injuries and trauma to the brain, facial lacerations that require stitches, and multiple bodily contusions, disfigurement, internal bleeding, and other injuries that only may be fully revealed over the course of medical treatment.
Hmm.
I will save my comments there.
Wait, wait. No, say your opinion. Talk to me.
I, I wasn't there, but there may be some ketchup in the spaghetti sauce. That's all I'll say.
Hmm.
Um, that's all I'll say. There may be a little bit of ketchup in the spaghetti sauce there. Uh, the police report, a total of 6 people were split between the Lamborghini and the Corvette. They were speeding at approximately 6:30 Central Time. Lost control crash that involved 6 vehicles. All the occupants fled the scene. Multiple victims were behind without exchanging information or insurance. On the scene, there was some credit cards, about 16K in cash, no, $16,500 check, a diamond chain, and a Chiefs playbook. Wow.
Can't even deny he
Damn,
was there.
damn, dude. No, he already said he was driving. Yeah, he told the cops he was driving the Lambo.
So he was studying the Chiefs playbook while going 120 miles per hour.
I plead the fifth.
I mean, that's dedication to going fast. I mean, I understand he has to run fast, but hey,
He's going to do everything in his power to bring their life back to normal as possible. In terms of property damage, and being certain that he's responsible for them to get through that particular part of the recovery. This is a statement made by his attorney, Royce West.
hmm. I wonder if the people who are suing him are his friends or if this is a case of like suing the insurance company. But if you were suing the insurance company, I feel like you wouldn't bring up criminal charges.
Well, he turned himself in. He bought it out for 40 bands. Andy Reid said we're taking it day by day. So he says as long as he's learned from it, that's excuse me. As long as he's learned from it, that's the important part of it.
Hmm. All right. Okay. I mean, hey, I hope the situation gets better. I think more will come to light with time, but this definitely seems like what do you call it? It's like when you have somebody of high profile, now all of a sudden it becomes a thing of it becoming like a money grab type of thing. But it's like, yo, at the end of the day, we're all people, you know.
I agree. There were some concerns about his character leading into the draft, according to the people I run around with that cover college football a little bit more than I do. I haven't heard anything too severe, but there it is and there it is. But
Mhm.
I think I think I think he's just focusing on learning from this mistake and trying to bounce back.
That's valid. All right, but what else is going on in the NFL?
In the contract space, Josh Allen, the linebacker that plays for the Jaguars, the good Josh Allen. He agreed to a 5-year, $150 million extension with 88 million guaranteed. This was last week. Uh, yep,
Okay. 5 year, 150 million. What's that like? How much are you
30,
30 something?
30 million, 30 million a year. He's the third highest paid defensive player on the average salary.
So is this a good contract extension or is this a bad contract extension? What do you think?
Josh Allen is nice. The linebacker. I like Josh Allen, the linebacker. He was sixth in pressures and 10th in sacks over the last 3 years, and he's second all time in sack. Am I reading this right? Yeah, he's second all time in franchise history in sacks of 45. Uh, they had about 3 more months to agree to a long-term extension, and they got it done.
Hmm. Hey, that's what's up. Hey, he has 2 interceptions in his career. Hey, salute to Josh Allen, the linebacker. You know, that must be
He,
so unfortunate. Anytime you have to Google him, you have to put either linebacker or Jags after it. Because if you just
yeah,
Google Josh Allen, you're going to get the Bills Josh Allen.
yeah, which is so lame because Josh Allen, the linebacker, was a first round pick. I think he went top 10. And when the Jags played the Bills, he made Josh Allen, the quarterback, see the Reaper. So, oh wait, no, they were a year apart. But yes, he was a top 10 pick.
So you're telling me there was some Allen on Allen violence?
Yeah, and he made Josh Allen, the quarterback, see the Reaper. I think he had like 2 picks, 3 sacks, something crazy like that.
Josh Allen was out there seeing ghosts.
I'm telling you. Let's see. Yeah. In week 9 in 2021, it was a 9-6 victory where he had 8 tackles, a sack, a fumble. No, 8 tackles, a sack, a pick, and a fumble recovery. He's the first player in NFL history to record a sack, a pick, and a fumble recovery from a quarterback with the same name.
I wonder how many cases there are sports players with the same name.
I know there were two Adrian Petersons at one point. Both played running back. One was very, very good. I mean, one was Adrian Peterson, and one was anyway. you know, not much we can say about the other one. There was also two. Yeah. There's a few. I can't think of all of them right now, but the two Adrian Petersons, two Josh Allens. Oh, there were two Roy Williamses. One played DB,
Hmm.
one played wide receiver. So yeah, there's a couple.
Oh, there's a former safety. Well, I guess if you look at it across sports, Seahawks cornerback Michael Jackson. Oh wait, that's not even never mind. Oh,
There's a no. Go ahead.
Panthers guard Michael Jordan.
Yes,
Yeah, he
I
played
do
Michael Jordan.
recall that. There's also I think there's like a bunch of Will Smiths. One played baseball, one played football.
Mhm. Um, Former safety Mike Tyson, boxing champ
Um,
Mike Tyson.
yeah. Mhm.
Hmm. Okay, okay, I bet. What else you got for us?
Brandon Ayuk, he's due for an extension. The trade request rumors are false according to his agent. If you ask me, he's a Bill, and he'll be a Bill very soon.
Why the
But
Bills?
because they just lost Diggs, and even though I like Khalil Shakir, I don't think he's I don't think he should be the wide receiver one there. I'm sure they might trade up in the draft, but I feel like Ayuk is proven. So
My
I would
only
always
thing with the Bills is the Bills. I don't think they have that much money left. I don't think they can afford Ayuk.
that is the caveat there. I've also seen talks to the Patriots, the Raiders, the Cardinals, or three of
Yo,
it.
son, that boy is a Steeler.
Or the Steelers, yes, I did. Yeah, I know him and Mike Tomlin fancy each other very well. They say I think you put out a tweet saying they say we look alike. So yeah, those are the 4 teams I heard about: the Bills, the Steelers, the Patriots, the Cardinals, and the Raiders. So 5 teams. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bills have $2.8 million in cap space. They can't get it done. They'd have to.
Mm.
Somebody got to go. Somebody has to get traded, and then they have to take on like no dead money. Why is it? Why is it like this for them? Oh,
Because
Josh
they
Allen's
paid,
contract. Ah,
they paid that crash dummy so much money. Now they can't pay anybody else.
yeah. Oh, it's also Tre'Davious White gives them 16 million in dead money.
That money.
Von Miller's 15 million. Wait, did they move off of Von Miller? It's
Yeah. Let me see.
only five
Uh,
and paid over 10 million.
I don't think they moved off him officially yet. He actually did just post. So you know that the Lil Yachty meme that's been going around. Ron Miller posted on his IG story Brandon Bean, which is the Bills GM, and the caption is Brandon Bean arriving to the 2024 NFL draft to trade up for a wide receiver. And Bean, we trust Bills Mafia LFG.
Okay. So in his mind, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But as we know, what happens in a player's mind versus a GM's mind tends to be very different.
That part.
Do you think that GMs kind of have like a superiority complex over players?
Do I think that or do I know that?
Yeah, give me your thoughts because they kind of, in a way, they wield their power like they're NFL mini lords.
Well, when you're in charge of player personnel and all, well, not all business operations, but as far as like who will be on this roster when I wake up in the morning, where you could just be like, yeah, don't come in today. Actually, no, don't come in ever again. When you had that power, yeah, you walk around with your chest out.
Like I think I'd heard like a clip from an interview. It was like Eric DaCosta. He felt bad about cutting a player, but then like when he came in, he tried to like shoot like a half drinking milkshake into his like trash can or something, and it missed and it spilled on the floor. And he said, and at that moment, I was very happy to cut him, and I had no
Mm,
remorse. I was like, hey,
ignorant, ignorant. There was before the merger between the USFL and the XFL. There was this viral clip where, um, essentially, a player got cut for saying he doesn't like cheese pizza or something like that.
what?
Yeah, like there was something like that. It was like I don't know if that was real or not, but they put it out. Like they called him into the office. It was like, yeah, I'm getting cut because I didn't like cheese pizza or something like that. It was like because I did like is that basically it was like, yeah, we only had cheese pizza. Would that be a problem? He said yes, so they cut him.
He said that would be a I think the issue is like if you to me it's like I think it comes down to more than cheese pizza. It had to be attitude overall. Attitude can bring
Uh,
down the team's morale.
oh yeah, it was like they had chicken salad and cheese and pizza, and he didn't want chicken salad or something like that. Yeah, let's see. The Pittsburgh Maulers released a video cutting running back Davion Smith. Apparently, it was real. People thought it was fake, but yeah, he said that instead of getting chicken salad, he wanted pizza, so they cut him.
Oh, like he requested, "Hey, can I get some pizza instead of just going to go buy some pizza?"
Let's see. Citing his pizza delivery was in violation of a line in the player's contract requiring no disrespect to football or members, staff, USFL hotel, etc.
Oh, so they actually
Uh,
got him for requesting pizza.
he was eating with the team, asked for a slice of pizza, and when he refused, the staff member said, "Is this going to be a problem?" To which the player said, "Yes."
Oh, so he made a threat.
We don't really know exactly what the Marlins' problem was because they never explained it to the player. Blah, 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 blah. We know that Smith was referring to when he was posted. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum, but in my humble opinion, Smith is 100% in the right because chicken salad is okay. We were just talking about chicken salad. Um, uh, yeah. I I can't believe that was real. I thought that was like just some rollout. But yeah, he was like, yeah, there's no pizza. Do you want chicken salad? It's like every problem. He said yes. So they kind of that was so wild to me.
No, that's absolutely insane. But let's talk about some more of these other contracts. What other contracts have been circulating?
The wide receivers are getting paid. I'm sure Brandon Ayuk is looking around like, when is it gonna be my turn? Devontae Smith, former Heisman winner, he got a little 3 year, $75 million bag, and Michael Pittman Jr. at the USC got that 3 year. Oh, Devontae Smith agreed to that contract with the Eagles, and Michael Pittman Jr. agreed to that contract with the Colts for 3 years, $70 million.
I think these are both great extensions. Devontae Smith was due. Michael Pittman Jr. was also due.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think to circle back to Brandon Ayuk, I think it's like it's funny because when you look at the 49ers, everyone last year was getting paid, but now that it's Brandon Ayuk's turn, they're like, ah. And I wonder if they're gonna be this reluctant when it comes to Brock Purdy in a couple of years.
Hmm.
Um, but it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully he gets his money, but salute to Devontae Smith and Michael Pittman Jr. I
On
think I'm surprised that Devontae Smith didn't get a little bit more money. He's been balling out.
let's see what the market let's see what he commanded on the market according to spot track. I think this puts him in like the top 15 highest paid. Also, you got Asia Brown's still on the books, so imagine having $200 million receivers. That'd be crazy.
That's fair.
Uh, hmm.
So,
Yeah, top 10 pick, 3 years, 75 million, $51 million guaranteed. Oh wow, that's okay. Only 51 guaranteed. What type of deal is this?
So yeah, Devontae Smith got paid. He opted into his fifth year option for 15.5 million and then signed his 3 year extension on top of that. So he has 4 years of he's under contract for at least 4 years. His extension is 3 years, 75 million, so 25 a year. Heisman Trophy winner in college, top 10 pick as a wide receiver. I would say that's a well-deserved deal right there.
absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Um, the only thing it makes me think of is who's going to be the next player to reset the wide receiver market.
Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
You think they're going to do it again?
They haven't gotten paid yet.
Oh,
Yeah, Ayuk,
I'm
Jamar,
true.
JJ, they all need to get paid.
Oh, when's Jamar Chase due? I feel like people haven't really been talking about him and his contract.
He was the 2021 draftee, I believe. So yeah, he's been due for a while. You saw how they just did T. Higgins. So only who knows what they're gonna do to Jamar.
Hmm. I
And
think though
he's going into the last year of his contract. And he has a 5th year option available, but I don't know if he's gonna take it yet.
that's murky waters, isn't
Mm-hmm.
it? They- Seems like playing with these players' money.
That 21 million 5th year option. I mean, you can't not take that, but you also want to get a long-term deal done. So
Hmm. Yeah, and when you think about it, if like just like as a like if you're somebody as a young person, you have to pick a sport to go into. The ROI on the NFL, if you're not a QB, is it really that good? Most
quick
players are out
kicker,
of the league on an average of what? How many years?
2.5, 2.5 to 3.
So it's like,
Great kicker, play 17 years, take minimal damage, and make a lot of money.
hmm, that's fair. Because the ROI on being a basketball player is a lot better, but I guess it's like a lot harder to get into the NBA than it is the NFL. Actually,
Eh.
what do you think is harder? Is it harder to get into the NBA or NFL? I think that's the
So
real question.
now you had to set your parameters.
Hmm.
Are you just saying, yo, I made it to the league, or yo, I'm known enough. Like I play for because there's different levels of making it to the league.
Hmm. All right, let's
So
say you average at least, if you're an NBA player, you average at least 10 points, 5 assists. They're not gonna be quick to snip you off. Like they'll let a couple of players off before you, but you're let's say 15 points. You're a strong six man.
oh, okay. Yeah, nowadays, in these most recent draft classes, these are like all these volume picks are gonna be role players. There's no star, so you might get a strong 6 man in the first round of the draft, versus like in years past, you might call someone up for overseas or get a random guy. I also think the path to the NBA has been the pathways to get to the league have opened up a little bit more. So that does make it easier versus like playing in the NFL. It's like if you didn't, obviously you still make it without going to college, but if you don't go to college, it's like, yeah, chances are very low.
Okay, okay. So would you say it's harder or easier?
It's harder to make it to the NFL because there's less avenues to get there.
But I think when you think about it like a funnel, I'd say like there's less avenues to make it to the NFL, but the vertical that you have to make it to the NFL is so wide because of the NCAA that on any given football team roster, there's 50 people versus any given basketball roster, there's what?
15 to 18.
15 to 18. So automatically there, you're slicing the numbers. It's what, 2/5. You got 60% more people in where's it? Where NBA has 40% of the people. Well, NCAA basketball has 40% of the people that a football roster has. And you hear
Well,
stories
just
all the time of NFL players that were walk-ons to their,
college teams, yes.
and then they get the full ride, and then they go to the NFL. Jason Kelsey, for example, walk-on.
Good point. Good point. I mean, there's 7 rounds and a lot of good players get undrafted. So it's I don't want to say easier, but it's like you may have a better punch. You may have more of a puncher's chance to go pro in the NFL than the NBA. Because the NBA doesn't do as many tryouts as the NFL does nowadays.
Mm. I would also say for the NFL, one thing that's very distinct is like I feel like you get less of a trial period if you're not like considered the cream of the crop. It's very much a difference between active player on a roster to you're cut and you're off the team and you didn't make it past preseason. Like I remember there was players balling during preseason and they barely made the rosters, barely,
Yeah.
and they barely saw any action.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a lot, especially when you have a larger organization. It gets a lot more political. It becomes more about how you market yourself and how you operate within the organization. Unless you're that elite of an athlete that they can't ignore you.
Right. Exactly. Primarily, it's like you got you don't have to, but you are better suited if you go D1. You showed you showed the way to separate yourself from the field in college.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, you went in the first 3. You're a day 1 pick. Ideally, those are like the parameters that kind of secure your longevity in the NFL. And then when you start playing with the different settings, for the sake of argument, if you go D1 and you're a day 2 pick versus going D2 and you're a day 1 pick, it's like, there's different. If you go to a HBCU, different means of obviously talent travels, but sometimes these GMs just want to see what school you went to because your competition might be different.
No, facts, absolutely. So what's the word? What I want to talk to you about is the is the key to being a lifelong quarterback now tearing your Achilles and getting to the bag?
Wait, clarify your question, please.
Is the key to being a lifelong quarterback is one of the markers of success, tearing your Achilles and getting to the bag.
I can't say that with certainty.
The reason I say this is you have Aaron Rodgers who tore his Achilles, which was supposed to be a seemingly career-ending year. He signed a however many year, however much money contract with the Jets.
Well, that's a Packers contract that they just took on.
That's fair. But then you also have Kirk Cousins also shifting teams with a big contract.
Yes.
Is this now a marker of I've made it as a QB? I'm a real QB vet. I tore my Achilles and I made a lot of money.
Well, Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins are two unique cases because Kirk Cousins' agent does something in those rooms that I can't really identify.
It's got to be illegal. There's got to be
Right.
something that can't be shown on camera he's doing in those rooms.
Right. He's doing something in these negotiation rooms. It's like, we're gonna sign this, but no, this one. But we don't even have enough money in the budget to find it. I'll see you on Tuesday. But I don't know what he's doing in those rooms. Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP, the most eclectic quarterback in the league. Probably second to Caleb Williams once he gets drafted.
Is Aaron Rodgers really that great though?
What are we doing?
It's just a question.
What are we doing?
He won one Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, he got 4 MVPs. So does that make him a regular season merchant?
What are your thoughts on Brett Favre?
On Brett Favre?
Yes.
Brett Favre didn't he have 3 Super Bowls?
Really?
Yeah.
Did he actually? Okay. Let's say that's true. Because I'm doing my research. Because he only had 1. He had 3 MVPs. And no Super Bowl MVP. So I'll ask you again, what are your thoughts on Brett Favre?
He's cool. He also had the most career interceptions.
Okay. So remember when we had this conversation about Josh Allen being a diet Brett Favre, but you were so against that? What are your thoughts now?
I'm just asking a question because that's also
so
the 90s. You said what?
So am I. Josh Allen is a diet Brett Favre, and we both don't think Josh Allen is that great of a.
But Josh Allen isn't even good enough to. I wouldn't say he's not good enough. He hasn't won a Super Bowl, and he hasn't won an MVP. I don't like crowning somebody on the same level as people who have actually achieved awards. That's like when people compare Dak and Lamar. I'm like, Dak Prescott's only award is Offensive Rookie of the Year. People be like, oh, the stats. That's cool and all. But despite the stats, it's still never been good enough to get you that first team nod, get you that MVP. Because there's a difference between a system QB like Dak and an actual game changer. We already had these debates. We know who the game changers are. You got your Lamars of the world. Honestly, Josh Allen is more of a game changer than Dak, in my opinion. You got your Patrick Mahomes of the world, and then you have your Dax and, dare I say, Brock Purdy's edging more towards game changer than even Dak. You got your Jordan Loves of the world. Jordan Love is a game changer too in his own right. And you got your young up and coming stars like CJ Stroud, who's also a game changer.
Oh yeah, I'm not speaking on the Cowboys. I said that at the end of last season. So that's peace. I'll leave you with that. That's really it. I see what you're saying, but yeah, that's about it. Michael Parsons also has to get paid. Now that you mentioned it, so we'll see if that happens.
They're not going to pay Micah Parsons. The Cowboys, I've been hearing the rumors that they're going to move off of him because he performs well when the team is up by 40, but he's just another linebacker when they're losing.
Hmm.
And I don't want to hear about the double teams and triple teams because if you're a great defensive player, we see J.J. Watt get through that. We see he just retired. Aaron Donald, he gets quadruple teamed and he still gets the QB. Because the thing is, if you're getting quadruple teamed and your other teammates are not getting to the QB, then what's the impact you're really having? Are you really pushing those offensive linemen to the degree that people perceive you to if you're not disrupting the game to that level? Because I'll promise you, when Aaron Donald is getting quadruple teamed, somebody's getting a free hit on the QB.
More than likely, yeah.
It may not be Aaron Donald, but somebody's getting there. Somebody's still creating that pressure. Somebody's changing up that situation. And that's why he'll have a yellow jacket in 3-4 years.
Indeed. And in that same token, CeeDee Lamb also is due for an extension. He hasn't gotten it yet, and he's not attending voluntary camp currently.
CeeDee Lamb was he the 21 draft class or 22?
21. Or was it 20? Might have been 20.
Oh, really? Oh, he's on his 5th-year option right now? Or
I think he's
about to go into it.
Yeah, he's going into his 5th-year option. Let me make sure. CeeDee Lamb. No, yeah, 2020.
So he's going into the 5th-year option with no contract. There's something about the NFL and playing with players' money. I understand it's a business, and that's why I don't really get too mad at players when they get thrown a bag by a rival team and they take it. Unless you're going from the Ravens to the Steelers, then I look at you a little interesting because that wasn't the only bag you got. That wasn't your only offer. Be serious.
You go with the goalpost movement, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm with you. I'm with you. It's cool.
All right, but let's talk about the juice. Talk to me.
Unfortunately, it was announced last week, I believe, that the Orlando James Simpson, most popularly known as OJ Simpson, or the Juice, he's no longer with us. He passed away after a battle with prostate cancer at the age of 76. Very polarizing Hall of Fame running back at the USC. Most known for his very what's the word? Highly covered legal trial when he was accused and eventually acquitted of criminal charges of a double murder of a double murder. Even though he beat the criminal case, he was found responsible in the civil proceedings. He had to, and I believe the estate had to pay a good amount of cash there. But as a football player, he was a Heisman Trophy winner at USC. He went #1 overall in 1969. He was a 6-time Pro Bowler, 1-time MVP, 5-time first team All Pro, and he holds numerous NFL records, such as the fastest player to gain 2,000 yards in a season, doing it in only 14 games. He's also the fastest player to gain 1,000 yards, doing that in 7 games. And he also has the highest rushing yards per game in the season at 143.1 in 1972. Well wishes to the family. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, may he rest in peace. I think you covered it all. He was a great football player, but I guess in the court of public opinion, his off the field situation kind of overshadowed how great of a player he was.
Correct.
Yeah. let's change it up a little bit. Let's talk about what's going on in the NFC South. So
All right.
let's talk about what moves need to be made and what direction you think teams should be going in. The first team that we have is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Talk to me.
Well, they extended Baker, they extended Mike Evans, so that's two W's there. Oh, I didn't even know they picked up Randy Gregory. So that's not bad as well. They could use some linebacker help because they did lose Devin White. They brought in Randy Gregory, but he's 31 years old. So you want to get some youth in. You want to get some youth in the linebacking core. Also, you can never not improve your offensive line. So that's something I would hope they would do as well. And I don't know who their backup running back is, but I don't know if Rashee White is a running back one. I know he's been he's been masquerading as one, but I think he'll benefit more if he split carries with somebody. Outside of that, I think I don't think they paid Antoine Winfield Jr. yet. If they did, then great. If not, they need to. And yeah, that's about it primarily.
See, ESPN is reporting that the Bucks will take the best player available instead of need in draft. What do you think about that?
They need to get some secondary because they traded away Carson Davis to the Lions. So I would say looking to getting a cornerback. And yeah, maybe consider trading Chris Godwin because I think he's on the last year of his extension. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes.
Bet. All right, let's talk about the Falcons. What moves do you think the Falcons need to make? What moves do you think the Falcons need to make, and what do you think of the moves they made so far? Talk to me.
They need to get some pass rushers. Pass rushers. Grady Jarrett's old. I think he's like 29, 30. And outside of Grady Jarrett, I don't know if there's much else. Oh yeah, he's 30. So yeah, you need to get some youth. You need to get some youth in your trenches, similar to Tampa Bay. You need to get a quarterback of the future because Kirk Cousins will be there forever. So maybe that's a down the line move, but you should start looking into who your future quarterback is going to be. Utilize your weapons properly. There's a lot of mouths to feed in the Allen and you got Bijan, you got Algier, you got Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Rondell Moore, Kyle Pitts. So yeah, there's a lot of assets you can make use of. I think AJ Terrell needs an extension if he hasn't been paid already. So yeah, they're not a bad team. They won 7 games last year, and I think some of those games could have won. Some of those L's could have went the other way. So they're in a good spot. I would go best player available in the draft. I've seen mocks of them getting a pass rusher. Dallas Turner. I wouldn't hate that. I think that's fine. So yeah, there's some things that they could get done. I think they're working towards it.
Yeah, I'm looking right now on Sharp Football Analysis, and it's saying that they're among one of the top teams with the best draft value in this draft. This says their draft value is 21% higher than the league average of all teams. And there's just 5 other teams that have more draft value, including the Cardinals, Commanders, Bears, Chargers, and Patriots.
I think naturally when you change your quarterback from Desmond Ritter or Kirk Cousins, it's like an automatic +2 in the win column. So I think their floor is 8 to 9 wins.
Well said. Well said. Let's talk about the Carolina Panthers. What moves do you think the Carolina Panthers need to make, and what do you think about the moves they made so far?
They've changed their offense, which is already a step in the right direction. They need to draft every wide receiver available because Adam Thielen is old, and I don't have that much faith in Deontay. I don't have that much faith in Deontay Johnson. Don't get me wrong. I think this is a if Bryce Young was like a 3, 4 year vet, I think this team would be okay. But I think I'll say his rookie year, that's a wash. This is his true rookie year to me. And I don't think this is a good supporting cast for a rookie. It's not bad, but it's not the best. You replace Brian Burns with Jadeveon Clowney, which is fine. I think you extended Derrick Brown, so you have your long term nose tackle there. J.C. Horn is still valued as like a viable uh player in the secondary. So it's just a matter of building on this and going forward with continue to build on this and going forward. I mean, the floor is 2 wins, so I hope you can get more than 2 wins this year.
Yeah. Would you be taking the over in that situation?
Uh, I would hope so. I would just hope they could do that. I don't want to, do your own research. I gotta see what the schedule is.
That's fair. All right. Let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. What moves do you think the New Orleans Saints need to make, and what do you think of the moves they've made so far?
One second. I already told you Derek Carr is trash, but he's still playing for the Saints. So as of right now, I think they would need to look at the quarterback of the future. Outside of that, I think Alvin Kamara is getting out there in age. For Kendrick Miller is their running back of the future, so that's a good sign. I think they let Michael Thomas go, so maybe throwing another wide receiver into the mix. On defense, they look pretty good. They signed Chase Young. They got Brian Breesy. I like the defense actually. Looking at it, so yeah. As far as targets in the draft, get a wide receiver and maybe get a day 2 quarterback, and you should be in a good spot.
Absolutely. All right. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's change the temperature. Let's get into some hot takes.
Shoot.
This year marked the end of the Warriors dynasty.
I don't think that's a hot take. I think that's like a factual statement. They got that, I wouldn't say fluke championship, but they got that unexpected championship in 2022. And since then, they haven't really done much else.
I would go so far to say that if LeBron and Kyrie stuck together and were healthy, the Warriors would have half as many rings.
Yes, you said that well. Well, the true what can we call it? The true determinant was the addition of Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant wasn't playing for the Warriors, LeBron would have a lot more championships.
Is that still considered the worst move by a player all time?
All time, that's a tough question, but it's definitely out there. But at the end of the day, it was something that if it didn't happen, we would look at Kevin Durant a lot differently because of the fact that he has no jewelry.
But like even now, do you look at Kevin Durant highly because he has jewelry?
I think it helps his. I think it just helps him. Period.
I think he was always like revered and looked at highly because he's a great player. Like everybody knows who the easy money sniper is. You feel me? I think for him, it must have been like a personal thing because there's no pride or legacy in joining the team that just beat you in a nail-biting series the following year. I feel like that's not really like a respectable thing, no matter what sport you're in.
Yeah, I mean it happened, but it's like I said, this man tore his Achilles and hasn't won a championship since. So like, I think he paid the price. That sounds so morbid, but he paid the price in my opinion.
Do you think that his NBA championships are of the same value as, let's say, Trying to think of a championship. Let's say like what's that guy's name? Is it like Rick Fox who used to play for the Lakers?
Yeah, real player.
I consider him getting a championship to be on the same level of Rick Fox's championships.
Wait, what? Wait,
In my
wait, what?
hear me out.
Wait.
Hear me out. So by him joining the Warriors, an already established team, yes, he elevated their play, but they literally just went 73-9.
And lost.
Yes,
Nah,
they
you got
lost.
me. Nah, you got me defending KD, and I don't know. I don't like this. but oh my god, go. Because not. I'll play the alternate advocate for the sake of the conversation. But right now you're bugging out.
I'm bugging out. Hear me out.
Yes.
KD's win is worth no more than a role player's win because he joined the opposition. Yes, when he came to that team, they essentially gave him the path to be the number one scorer, but they were just trying to make it as amicable as possible. The murmurs and whispers were there from the beginning, like, brother, you're joining the ops. Yes, you're helping us win, but it was clear his own teammates, like Draymond, didn't even respect the move. They said, essentially, you needed our infrastructure and system that we built from the ground up. We got drafted to this team. We've been on this team for 10 plus years. And you just wanted to come in here because you saw us winning. This isn't like poker or something like you gotta predict the right hand to get. He could have won with OKC if he stayed. The only reason OKC went down that spiral of now you got Westbrook trying to play all the minutes and is going for these crazy triple doubles and things of that nature is because KD left. Now imagine if they were both still on this team as tenured vets and they have Shea and Chet, and now they're the older guys, and you have Shea and Chet with KD. But you could argue in the same vein that they wouldn't have got Shea and Chet if they stayed.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's like 2K. Who's that guy? Quick. What was that guy on YouTube? Quick Productions or something like that. That be making all these rebuilds. They can't do that
Oh yeah,
because
like
they got Shea from trading away Paul George, and that was like a couple years after they let KD go. Well, KD left. They didn't let him go.
yeah.
So yeah,
They
that's
offered
like
him the Supermax, I believe, right?
I believe so. I know Boston. It was Boston, GS Dub, Miami, I want to say, and a few other teams that were considering him for an extension that year.
And then us DMV fans, we prayed KD would come and make the John Wall, Bradley Beal, KD super team.
Pipe dream.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pipe dream. Bradley Beal and KD are playing together now, though. So hey, I guess it kind of worked out.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
What do you think? Defend him.
Oh yeah, he tore his Achilles following two. Like he won two rings. He would have won the third if he was healthy, and then left and hasn't won since. So I think, yeah, I don't want to call it paying the price, but like, bro, he literally did everything he sought out to do. Now the means to do it was a little questionable, but over time, it's like, all right, everybody's clicking up, and he just joined the winning culture, and then won.
But
I still think it's crazy because he blew a 3-1. He blew a 3-1 lead in the Western Conference Finals. That is still crazy to me. But But in the absence of that, it's not that serious.
You really think it wasn't that serious? So you're telling me when you look at, because how many rings does he have? Two, right?
Yes.
Um, when you're looking at let me look up some other players with two rings. Take Kawhi Leonard, for example. How do you view Kawhi Leonard versus KD?
Oh, oh, oh. I'm in the minority, and I actually value Kawhi Leonard's career a lot more than many people do. And but KD does have an MVP. That MVP does hold a little. That's a very good anchor. I'll say that's a very good anchor. But like but Kawhi's a two-time defensive player of the year. And they both blew 3-1 leads. I don't know. I used to think that the gap between Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant was a pretty significant, but that's since changed. Um, so I will, you know, it's it's tricky. I'll say Kawhi got his rings up. Kawhi got his rings in a better fashion. Well, his ring in a better fashion, so that holds a little bit more weight to me. No, rings. He has two rings, yeah.
Yeah.
With two different teams. So yeah.
He got a ring with the team he was drafted with. He was unhappy with the situation, and he spoke to the team and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm trying to go to LA." They said, "No, you're not. You're going to Toronto for anything we can get for you." And what did that lead to? He said, "All right, bet," and proceeded to win an NBA championship. I think that's a lot different than blowing a 3-1 lead and being like, "I'm upset. I'm going to go join the team that blew me out 3-1."
Good point. Good point.
So in my mind, I view Kawhi's two rings way higher than KD's because one, you got them all with the Warriors. So did you win the rings or did the Warriors? Versus Kawhi, you can confidently say that before Kawhi went to Toronto, many people did not know the name Fred VanVleet. You could probably say that a lot of the reason that Fred VanVleet got the contract he got with the Rockets is because he rose to the occasion once Kawhi got there.
Good point. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, go give me no pushback.
No, no. I received that. I would just say personally, from what I saw, Kevin Durant went to something that was already established. There was a chink in the armor, and he protected that chink.
If
And then
anything, oh, keep going.
and oh, Kawhi did beat that Warriors team without. No, that helps me. When Kevin Durant wasn't there, Kawhi and they were winning that series. But for that small period of time when Kevin Durant was on the field, it was a first of all, they won that game. He didn't even play the full game and they won. Secondly, it's like, oh, they might make a comeback if they keep Kevin Durant. So, it's huh. It is it's up for debate. It's up for debate.
Here, I can give you 5 players with 2 rings that I put ahead of KD right now.
Be careful.
I am Ray Allen.
And we're already being reckless. Okay. Okay.
The Admiral.
David Robinson. Okay.
Wilt Chamberlain.
Okay.
Hakeem. Isaiah Thomas. I haven't put what is it Mark or Powell? Who's the Lakers? Powell.
Powell got. I think Powell has two. Yes,
Yeah,
Mark
Powell
has
does
one.
have 2. I'm putting Powell ahead of KD also.
You don't mean this. So like, I'm not even about to.
What do you
You're not
mean?
gonna
I
get me.
do.
You're not
What?
gonna get me riled up because you
What
don't mean
do you
this. It's
mean?
okay.
What do you
don't.
disagree with?
Pau Gasol is better all time than Kevin Durant.
In the fashion he won his NBA rings, yes.
Okay, so that means he won his title.
Yeah, that's what we're
Okay.
talking about.
Okay. So Powell was just Kobe Shaq for 2 years. So if you really wanna if you
Oh
really want to play this game,
no, he won a ring after Shaq left.
with Powell. That was the 2 rings he won with Powell.
Yeah.
So if you really want to play this game, Kobe Bryant can't win without a high quality big.
I think that's a fair assessment.
Okay, so in that same token, we're arguing Kevin the legitimacy of Kevin Durant's rings versus the legitimacy of Kawhi's.
Yes.
So in that same token, Kevin Durant went to again, there was a chink in the armor. Kevin Durant arrived, did damage to the opposition twice, and then the third time in that small period of time where he was available, he produced, and they was like, "Yo, they might miss on the comeback," and his Achilles snapped. He
Be
had like 15 in the first quarter.
that as it may,
Go.
for me, I'm more about the narrative and the story. When a team goes 73-9 and then loses by 1, and then it's like, all right, we have a chink in the armor. Let's go get a rocket launcher. It's like, yes, as a player, you're a rocket launcher. But I consider, for example, what's more valuable is actually, let's put this in. What's a better example?
Try.
I'm trying to think.
Try. I'm with you.
So the Warriors are McDonald's, and KD is like one of their seasonal items. He's like the McRib. He was there for a little bit and then he was gone. Or he's like the Grimace Shake. You feel me?
Nah, gang, hold on.
It goes viral. It makes a lot of content, but ultimately the effects aren't felt for a long period of time.
You just
Versus
called a
when I look at Kawhi
bro.
Leonard, he's more like dang, what's a franchise? He's like when Popeyes pulled up with the Popeyes chicken sandwich. It
The
completely
first wait.
pivoted
The
the
first time or
organization.
the second? The first time or the second time?
There was 2
Is
times.
that the original chicken sandwich that the original or the rebrand? Like the post-COVID chicken sandwich or the pre-COVID chicken sandwich?
It was here pre-COVID.
Yeah, 2019.
Oh, in 2019, you couldn't get it, could you?
I got it.
I remember I pulled up there like, yeah, we're out. What?
Yeah. I got that joint. I was like, yep. I see why certain things happen over the but they had to step on the recipe a little bit. So are we talking about
Wait, you're saying it's a different sandwich?
Yeah.
You're saying wait, the pre-COVID sandwich was better?
Yes.
Wait, actually,
Yes.
wait, like how was it different? Like what you mean?
I can't it's one of those things where it's like you just kind of had to be there. I can't really describe it. It was 5 years ago. But yes, the 2019 original chicken sandwich is different. Like literally different.
Do you think there was something non-FDA approved in there they had to take it out?
I plead the fifth.
That sandwich had people acting different.
I plead the fifth.
Had people acting different.
What I will highlight is Whatever, how it is, going back to the original topic of discussion.
Mhm.
Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant. The only thing that wasn't validating him was jewelry. Then he got the jewelry, and now he still doesn't think he's validated. But well, no, his peers don't really validate him the way he thought he would be because he was just playing Robin to Curry, which is crazy because he won back-to-back. You know, Steph has no Finals MVPs
But the
except for
thing,
the 20. He has one. And he has 4 rings.
but the thing that's so honorable and notable about Steph is you have to think about it like the underdog story. He started at Davidson and was not looked at as somebody who was going to be big in the league. He took an alternative path. He didn't go to Nike. He went to Under Armour. He built a name for himself over time, and people value working for something over a long. You hear that?
I did.
Yeah, there's a flash thunderstorm right now.
Oh my.
It's coming your way. Don't worry.
All right.
But people value working for something consistently over a long period of time versus you just up and go get something. Him going to the Warriors was the easy route. The real
Hold on.
hard route would have
Go
been
ahead. Go ahead. Go
the
ahead. Go
real
ahead. Go ahead.
the real route the people wanted to see was him staying with OKC, working with the pieces he got.
Man, I wish I had 750 donuts like this sign says. It's that.
What? Oh, hold on, my camera died.
No, you good. Take your time.
So to finish and wrap up the point, sorry guys, there was a bit of a technical difficulty there. There's a thunderstorm outside. Kawhi is like when the Popeyes chicken sandwich came on the scene the first time, because you're telling me that's the better time. He pulled up, he went to the Raptors, and they won a ring.
You know what's crazy? Those, I think the Popeye chicken sandwich came out a couple months after they won that championship, if I'm not mistaken.
So to me, they're synonymous.
Yes.
Respectfully. But let's move on to the second hot take. Bill Belichick is being blackballed from the head coach position and won't get the opportunity ever again.
He's taken a year off. Yeah. Like that's all that's really happening.
I disagree.
I don't know what reason there is to blackball.
I disagree, and let me tell you why. The owners talk to each other. And Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, went to the Falcons about Bill, and he said, hey, do not trust Bill Belichick during their head coaching interviews. And the same way he can dial up the Falcons owner, he can dial up any owner of any franchise.
That's true.
That's a lot of staying, especially when your team has 6 championships. You have a lot of staying power.
I can't argue that. I just think at the same time, I don't. Okay, he whiffed on Mac Jones. Okay, but what else happened? I won't even say it's a whiff. Mac Jones took him to the playoffs. That roster was not good.
Be that as it may, I think we're focusing on the wrong part. The reason that Robert Kraft is going so far to say Bill Belichick can't be trusted is because he told him Tom Brady doesn't have any more in him. Let's cut him loose. Let's get him out of here. And then Tom Brady, kind of in a similar fashion to Kawhi, goes to a team and wins a ring. And Robert Kraft doesn't like to have egg on his face. And since that moment, New England hasn't seen success.
Okay, that's fair. But we're making sure that Tom Brady went to the Cardinals. He went to the 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers and a defense that can get you home. So, yes, Bill thought he was cooked, and he was a year too early. Like, come on, yo.
I mean, you're just thinking about it from a statistical perspective. Think about the damage that was done to Tom Brady's relationship with the Patriots.
He's the one that didn't take the money that they offered.
Oh wait, for real?
I mean, yeah, obviously he's been taking discounts for years, and then he was like, "Yeah, I just don't want to take a discount anymore." So that's not his fault. He's just we wouldn't get paid, so he got paid.
Huh.
But yeah, they. So let's see. Um, Tom Brady left. Obviously, they brought in. Oh no, let me make sure this is the right list. Julia Edelman retired. Tom Brady left. They brought in Ramondre Stevenson. Mac Jones showed promise, and they just signed a bunch of very not good wide receivers. Bill Belichick and Joe Thuney left. Bill Belichick is a defensive minded coach. So you ensuring him to make offensive decisions was already a step in the wrong direction. And literally, yes, Tom Brady is arguably the greatest ever. So yeah, we go from the greatest ever to not to somebody who's not even a tenth as good, and all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. They had once this they went 8-9, and now they're about to draft a quarterback, and now Bill Belichick's gone.
But my thing
So
is,
it's like, you know,
I get what you're saying, but my thing is, if a quarterback has been taking pay cuts for years and has won you 6 championships, why not pay him what he's earned? If you get paid for what you've done in this league, why not pay him for what he's done? The value of 6 rings to New England is priceless. He deserves all the money, in my opinion. You guys knew you were going to rebuild after him anyways. If anything, you probably could have got another championship out of him.
all right. So according to the reports, they offered Tom Brady a 2-year deal at 25 million per year. So 2 year, $50 million, according to this March 2020 article. To be exact, Jeff Howard, the Athletic, said that Tom Brady turned down a 2-year, $52 million extension. But then there's also an article that says that Tom Brady never got a contract offer. So it's one or the other. Oh yeah, the extension came before 2019.
When did he sign with the Patriots?
He signed with the Bucks in 2020.
So he rejected the offer in 2019. And then a year later, he was looking for the offer and they said no.
Yes, he played out his contract, and although he did say in an interview he knew that he just played his final season with the Patriots, uh, I probably knew before the start of the last season last year. I knew that time was coming to an end. Belichick wasn't willing to make the financial commitment Brady wanted. They said that that deal was misleading because it's slightly up to salary, but the final 2 years were avoidable, so the Patriots could spread out his cap hit. But he did the same exact thing in Tampa Bay. He had avoidable years on his deal in Tampa Bay.
Mm. I think for him, in his mindset, it's like, I brought you 6 rings. Why does my contract need to be so heavily leveraged in the team's favor instead of his?
Because you're old.
Be that as it may, hey, he got more than Jordan.
Anyway.
All right, let's talk about the next one. The Heat will be in the NBA Finals.
No, but they definitely, I won't just, let me not do that. I don't think so. But
Why?
I think that the East is very competent this year. I'll take Boston, New York, and Orlando before I take the Heat. I think that Heat Knicks series are gonna go 7, but I'll give it to yes, the Heat are gonna beat the Heat are gonna get the 7th seed. Let's just get that out the way. They're gonna beat Philly and then beat Chicago. So then no. They're gonna beat Philly and get the 7th seed. So I think that Heat Knicks series is gonna go 7. If the Heat make it out the first round, they beat whoever comes out the second round, and then they lose in the conference. They're gonna lose in the conference finals to Boston.
This is how I look at it, right? Let's say Knicks Heat.
Yep.
I take the Heat in 7. That'll probably be the hardest part of the series. That is going to be Heat Bucks. Give me the Heat in 6.
Okay. I'm with you.
Then let's see. 76ers, they'll go to 7 with the Celtics. The Magic will beat the Cavs in 6.
Okay. Oh, you got Boston Philly going 7. Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah. Then Magic, Celtics. I think the Celtics blow out the Magic. They'll take them in 5. Celtics Heat. The Heat get it over them in 6. And then they go to the NBA Finals.
All right. I can't say I can't say there's not enough weight to what you're saying, but I just don't agree. But it's very much in the realm of possibility.
What do you think is going to happen?
The Heat are gonna get the 7th seed. Philly beats whoever comes out there. That Bulls Magic, Bulls Hawks playing. I'll get that to Philly. Boston's gonna get Philly out of here easily. Knicks and Heat go 7. I gotta watch the first couple of games of that series to see who's gonna win that. Don't ask me about the Bucks. The Magic are beating the Cavs, and then eventually Knicks or the Heat are gonna be the conference finals against Boston. I'll take Boston over both of those teams. I think that he have a better shot at beating Boston than the Knicks do. From there, you want to talk about the West too, or no?
Sure.
I mean, like I said, Denver's on the repeat. They're gonna beat the Lakers in 5, maybe 6. OKC and OKC, whoever OKC plays whoever. I think whoever is gonna be the 18 in the West can take OKC to 7, in my opinion. I think that 1-8 matchup is gonna be a 7-game series.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why. I think both. I just feel like both the Pelicans and or the Kings can take the Thunder to 7. Clippers and Mavs. I think Luka finally gets his leg back, and Timberwolves, Suns. That's a toss up. I'll give it to Minnesota because they play defense, but that's a toss up.
That's fair. I'm interested to see what happens. But change the temperature for us. Let's get into some cold facts.
So LeBron James is undefeated in the play-in, and so that's that. He hasn't lost the play-in game, even though he said whoever came up with the play-in should be fired.
Wait. Let's not speed past that. Why do you think they should be fired?
LeBron said that, not me.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah. He was like, yeah, it's a stupid idea. Whoever came up with this should be fired. But he hasn't made the playoffs since he's made the playoffs as a result of winning play-in games. So I think that's very ironic.
Mm-hmm.
To expound a little bit more, They won the in-season tournament. I don't know if we talked about that to a high degree, but like when it comes to these elimination games this year, they tend to play winning basketball. They won the in-season tournament. They won the play-in. LeBron James and Anthony Davis are undefeated in playing matchups, 3-0. Yeah, I think that's very interesting.
I think the big thing is, I mean, we all know LeBron is old. So I think part of him is like, is this really going to be the last time I see the playoffs? Am I going to be eliminated before I see my last playoff run? Maybe. Because he's got to look at every postseason as his last from here on out.
Yeah,
You know,
I think he's out of here in 2 years. I think he has 2 more years left.
right. But that's the mentality he's probably walking in with. Like, all right, am I really going to be going to the Bahamas in April? It's ridiculous. So for him, and it's probably just also comes with those years of experience, he elevates his play when it's crunch time. It's kind of like that X factor.
Yeah, like I said, I know we didn't really cover the in-season tournament heavily when it was going on, but yeah, they won that. So it's just something about these single elimination games. He turns into a different beast.
Hey, salute. What else you got for us?
Indeed, indeed. Chet and Wemby, I think they were first and second in total blocks. This is the first time two rookies have led the NBA in total blocks since it became an official stat, which was in 1973, which was in the 1973-74 season.
Does this indicate we're entering an era of improved defense?
I mean, they're both 7 foot plus, so that helps. But yeah, in general, sure.
Okay, bet. I bet. What else you got for us?
I didn't even know this is possible, but Buddy Hield played 84 games this season. This is the first time this has happened since 2005.
How?
I believe he was traded. So sometimes when you get traded, you may get an extra game, and I guess an extra game or two on your schedule, depending on where you get traded to.
Hmm.
And yeah, this is a 19-year-old record that I didn't even know was possible. But yeah, he's the first player since 2005 to play 84 regular season games. I
So
think that's insane.
does that make him the real Iron Man?
You could argue.
Okay. All right, let's talk about what's going on in the NBA.
Sure. For sure. So yeah, we supposed to talk about the playing tournament a little bit, but just to give you the fullness of it, the first set of games were last night. The Lakers and the Pelicans played for the 7th seed. The Lakers got the W and a 4-point win. Zion Wilson, we'll talk about the losers first. Zion Wilson was cooking, but right before the game ended, he caught a hammy injury that definitely impacted the chances of the Pelicans getting a W. And his supporting cast was non-existent. CJ McCollum shot 4 for 15 from the field, and so yeah, just the pair of that. Also, the fact that they weren't really able to get to the free throw line in an efficient manner also played a role that ended up leading to a Lakers victory. A lot of balance scoring from LeBron, Anthony Davis, and D'Angelo Russell, and yeah,
I think the big reason that the Pelicans lost here outside of the officiating was CJ McCollum's performance.
yeah.
When
You
Zion
shot four.
dropped, you said what?
Yeah, you shoot 4 for 15, you're probably gonna lose again.
Yeah. I mean, they had 14 more free throws, but it was a 4-point differential.
Right.
That's 2 buckets, 3 for the win. So I think Zion essentially left it all out there. We've been seeing that he's been getting in shape and he's been working. He's dropping 40, 11, and 5. Clearly, the talks of him being I don't. Am I tripping or were there were talks of him being a bust like early in his career? Were they?
So the discourse was that his weight was going to impact his success and longevity, and that if he can get his nutrition in a good space, he could be essentially a modern day Barkley. And I mean, he was relatively healthy this season. I don't think he missed that many games, if any. So that seems like he found a regimen that helps him stay on the court. And when he's on the court, he produces.
Hey, salute. Talk to me about what the Lakers did during this game.
They drew a lot of fouls. And I think they found their stride because in that second quarter they outscored the Pelicans by 18 points. LeBron, like I said, balance scoring from LeBron, AD, and D'Lo both scored over 20. D'Angelo Russell isn't really known for his defense, but he was playing pretty good defense. Now throughout the stretch of this game, had some crucial stops and ended up contributing to a 4-point win.
Hey, salute to him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is this their new big three? Honestly, when you look at the Lakers roster, they have a lot of good pieces. LeBron, AD,
Yeah,
D'Lo, Rui. What's the what's the what's the what's the guy who got dunked on? What's his name?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves. Those are the only 5 players I can name off the top of my head. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Um, Gabe Vincent actually contributed to some capacity. He's been looked as like one of the most AWOL players on the team. But he had 9 points, hit a tray ball. No. Wait, did he hit a tray ball? He hit he hit 2 tray balls. He had 9 points. So, he did what he had to do.
It's valid. Okay, what else has been happening in the play-in tournament? Talk to me about some of these other games.
In the Battle of California, the Warriors and the Kings faced off, and the Warriors got eliminated because they took an L. In this matchup, Klay Thompson is cooked. He's washed. He's done for. He couldn't buy a bucket out there. He went over. I think he went over like over 10 or something like that. It was bad. It was very bad. Um, like I said, the sweetest revenge is eliminating the team that eliminated you. If you remember in last year's playoffs, these teams matched up. They went 7 games. I think Curry put a 50 bomb on the Kings in Game 7. So now they get that revenge, beating Golden State in a playing matchup, eliminating them in the playoffs. Everyone in the Kings starting five was a plus 20 in the box score, so very good basketball. And they outshot the Warriors. Uh, they won by 24, and they made 8 more threes. If you do the math, 8 times 3 is 24. And Keegan Murray. If you saw Keegan Murray you go to Iowa or Purdue, I think he went to Iowa. He has a serious chopper, and he showed it last night. He went 8 for 13 from 3. He also had 9 rebounds, and also, they won the turnover. They were +8 in the turnover battle, so that is also a feather in their cap that contributes to their win.
Hey, salute to the Sacramento Kings. I wouldn't say they've been a dark horse this season, but the Inklings have been there that they're going to be disruptive in this playoff series.
Right.
There's some more playing tournament games tonight, right? They haven't happened yet.
Yeah. Philly and Miami play tonight in addition to the Bulls and the Hawks.
Okay.
I actually went to the last Wizards home game on Friday. They played Chicago. Yeah, they got a good team. I can't lie. They got a nice little roster there. Primarily there was a big man from UConn, I believe, Adama Sanogo. He is a problem. He's a problem. I think that matchup, him and Clint Capella, if he gets PT in this matchup, that Clint Capella Sanogo matchup, that would be something to look out for. Battle of the boards.
Hey, Battle of the boards. I like that. Battle of the boards. Hmm. Heard Allen Iverson got a statue or a mini one.
Yeah. It looks like a figure. It looks like something you could get out of a store. It's very small, but apparently they have like a whole like display of like Sixer legends and small miniature statues. So he was just in addition to that.
He didn't get like the big statue.
No, he just got like a very small. It's like Allen Iverson, Bill Bradley. Wait, that might be a Nick. But yeah, it's like a bunch of like small Sixer legends in one little walkway. But yeah, it's very minuscule.
Hey, nonetheless, a statue is a statue. I don't have a statue, so hey, salute to Allen Iverson.
The answer. He says it's such an honor. Yeah, it's a crossover statue at the practice facility.
You said it's at the practice facility?
Yes.
76ers are hilarious. They knew what they were doing. We're talking about practice.
Oh, oh, see, that went over my head. Usually I catch those.
They gave him a trophy at the practice facility when he literally had a knock on practice. That's hilarious.
That is pretty funny. That's a good point. Let me see. Yeah, so
Oh wait, hold up.
it's on a oh, thank you. It's on a walkway called Legends Way, which is
wait, it hasn't booted up yet.
oh. You good?
Yep.
So yeah, it's on a walkway called Legends Way, which includes the likes of Charles Barkley, uh Billy Cunningham, Wilt Chamberlain, Julius Erving, Al Greer, Dawson Malone, Bobby Jones. There are some Maurice Streets. If I didn't name Maurice Streets, yeah. So it's just another addition to that.
Okay, I bet. What else is going on in the NBA world?
Blake Griffin retired for
Really?
15 years, and yeah, and he's hanging it up.
Wow. What team was he on, or was he not on a roster?
I don't think he was on the. I don't think he was on the. I don't think he was on the roster as of recently, but he last played for the what you call it, Celtics.
Really?
Yes, he wasn't. He was at the 12th man. He wasn't getting like serious PT.
Hmm. Hey, Blake Griffin has one of the best dunk packs in my opinion to this day. He's up there.
Yeah, I'll still take Vince Carter, but yeah, or even Anthony Edwards.
You're taking Anthony Edwards over Blake Griffin
He
right
is six
now?
three, dunking over 7-footers.
But
Yes.
you're taking Blake Griffin's dunk package and the totality of his career, and you're taking Anthony Edwards right now?
So I said
I disagree with that. That's flagrant.
that's a hill I can die on by myself. I'm cool with that.
All right, man. So the WNBA draft happened.
Indeed.
Talk to me.
Shout out to the homies. You know who you are. I watched a lot of women's basketball this year, and for good reason, because a lot of these women got drafted. Uh, Starting with the obvious consensus first overall pick. Caitlin Clark out of Iowa went number one overall to the What's the name of this team? The Kinetic. Wait, oh no, right. What's the name of this team? The Indiana Fever. Thank you. When I'm gonna over to the Indiana Fever, followed by Cameron Brink going to the Sparks at 2, Camilo Cardoso going to the Dallas Wings at 3, Ricky Jackson went to 4, JC Sheldon went to 5 to the what team is this? I believe this the Dallas Wings. Aaliyah Edwards went 6 to the Mystics, and Angel Reese went 7 to the Chicago Sky.
Hey, salute.
So, yeah, the Chicago Sky, they have a little Twin Towers situation. Oh, my camera.
Wait. Hold on, brother. Your camera.
I don't know what keeps happening. They have a Twin Towers situation with Angel Reese and what's the young lady's name? Camilo Cardoso. And they were both extremely dominant in college. So them on the same team, that seems like must see TV for sure. I think the matchup between the Aces and the Sky, that might be something I gotta keep an eye out for going into this season. Now it's Caitlin Clark. She's making very good money. I think I read something about like hold on. No, I lost my article. But yeah, there was some financial article that highlighted that like how much she swung the market for like WNBA and things of that nature, jersey sales and all that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing her success because I'm sure she'll have a lot of it. And also, there's talks of the WNBA expanding to 16 teams. So the evolution is continuous.
Hey, what type of cities are they looking to add?
Let me see here. Portland, Toronto, Nashville, Philadelphia, and South Florida.
Okay.
Uh, this 2024 WNBA draft was the highest viewed draft in 20 years. That 04 draft class include the likes of Elena Beard, Diana Taurasi, and Lindsay Whalen. So that just gives you an idea of like how significant these prospects are.
Hey, I I think it's gonna be great for the WNBA going forward. I think I've already said this a few times, but this is like the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson era that the WNBA is entering. You've got your
Yep.
what's her name? Your Diana. What's her last name?
Taurasi.
Diana Taurasi, who's like the Bill. Oh my goodness, you know what I'm talking about.
Larry Bird.
The Bill Russells of the WNBA.
Bill Russell. Whoa, that's. I mean, I get what you're saying, but that just sounds crazy.
Not in terms of like, I don't know how many WNBA championships she has, but in terms of like longevity of career, I think
yes,
like,
I get what you're saying. You could just say like LeBron or something like.
Nah, but like I had to put in the framework of back then, you know.
She got drafted in 04, the same year, a year after LeBron.
No. What I'm saying is like we're now entering like that golden era of WNBA basketball. That's what I'm saying. Like of the people who got drafted, I know who Caitlin Clark is. I know who Cameron Brink is. I know who Camilla Cardoso is. I know who Rakaya Jackson is. I know who Aaliyah Edwards is. I know who Angel Reese is. That's more than I promise you I'm going to know off of the NBA draft this year.
I see what you're saying. I think you're right. I see what you're saying. I'm with you.
Yeah. What else is going on in the basketball world? Talk to me.
Team USA is forming the Avengers. The Summer Olympics are approaching, and this projected roster is sick. You have Joel Embiid, Anthony Edwards, LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, Tyrese Halliburton, Devin Booker, Bam Adebayo, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum, and Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Drew
Why you
Holiday
say
made
it?
the cut.
Why you say it like that? He was just on the Team USA team the other. Yeah.
Drew Holiday's been averaging 12.5 points. Is he there for defense or something?
He's the I mean, yeah. I mean he contributed in the Olympic. Was it the Olympics or the yeah, I think it was the 2021 Olympics.
I'm looking at Drew Holiday's stats right now.
Look at his Olympic stats.
Olympic stats.
Yeah.
25 minutes, 11.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, 3.8 assists.
Those are good numbers in the Olympics. You know, international ball is very much like it's like role player-ish vibe. When you get down to because you know the world is catching up, so you need you need to have those pure, just a glue. He's a glue guy. There it is, a glue guy. And that's you always need those.
That's the best glue guy they could have got.
That's hate.
He's 33. He's old.
That's hate, bro. Curry, KD, these are all old guys. Yo, it's the
Yo.
last ride.
Oh, your camera.
All right. It's the last ride. I don't know why it keeps cutting off. It's the last ride.
I guess it's fair, but I feel like you could have went a whole slew of younger players. I also don't know some of the. Ooh, you know what's happening? A lot more of these players are international now.
Exactly.
So I was even thinking, I was like, Shea, I was like, wait, Shea's Canadian.
He is.
Is Chet Holmgren American?
Yeah.
Wemby's French.
Let me verify that. Yeah, so to that point, right? There's 41 eligible. The pool had 41 players in it, and they cut down to 12. In the pool, you had Jarrett Allen, Pablo Banchero, Scotty Barnes, Desmond Bain, Mikal Bridges, Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, Alex Caruso, De'Aaron Fox, Paul George, Aaron Gordon, James Harden, Josh Hart, Tyler Hero, Chet Holmgren, Brandon Ingram, Kyrie Irving, Jaren Jackson Jr., Cam Johnson, Walker Kessler, Damian Lillard, Donovan Mitchell, Chris Paul, Bobby Portis, Austin Reeves, Duncan Robinson, Derek White, and Trae Young.
Personally, I would have went Trae Young over Drew Holiday. Personally.
You need defense, don't you?
You got Kawhi Leonard, Tatum. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I'm pulling for straws. All
I
right,
was like, oh wow. I was like, wow, we get some Tatum. We get some Tatum players from Brian. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's rare. You're right. That is rare. I'll give credit when credit is due. When Jason Tatum gets a ring, I'll give him his credit. I think he's kind of like in that KD OKC era right now. This is probably how KD was feeling. But talk to me about what's been going on in other sports. WrestleMania, the floor is yours.
Yeah, man. What, 2 weeks removed? Or is it 1 week removed? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 1 week removed? WrestleMania was in Philly. This is like post Vince McMahon era. Very, 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 very entertaining to say the least. highest grossing event in company history. So the Renaissance era is here.
What is it? What does that mean?
So you had different eras. You had your PG era, which was like TV PG. You had the Attitude era back in the 90s. You had I can't remember the name of the other era. But yes. So this is the Renaissance era. It's being led by Triple H, the son-in-law of Vince McMahon. He's now I forgot his official title, but he's operating as like the administrative executive. I don't know his official title, like I said. But yeah, it was a 2-day event featuring the likes of Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. I couldn't remember her name to say it for the life of me. And then you also had ladder matches, tag team matches. But the main event was involving the Bloodline, which was The Rock, Roman Reigns, the Samoan wrestling family. They faced off in the tag team match with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. They ended up winning that match, which determined the stipulation, which is essentially a anything goes match for the championship on the following day, which was day 2, where Cody Rhodes ended up getting the victory in a very iconic match to Roman Reigns. That featured appearances from The Rock, The Undertaker, John Cena, and many others. It was very entertaining.
What was this anything goes match? So like what was happening during this match?
Oh, you had interference, you had weapons, you
Weapons?
had yeah, like chairs and stuff.
Oh,
Pardon me. You had foreign objects, chairs and the things of that nature. You had The Rock was because he's on the board, so he's like adjusting the or pulling strings behind the scenes to get favorable outcomes and things of that nature. And essentially Cody Rhodes called the Avengers and got all the help he needed to eventually get the victory. And now he is now the undisputed champion.
when you said call the Avengers, who were the Avengers?
John Cena, The Undertaker, Seth Rollins.
They called John Cena? I thought John Cena was
Yeah,
retired.
exactly.
So like I heard this on like the Flagrant podcast. They were talking about it a little bit, and I didn't know that this is how like wrestling was being viewed now. It's like it's kind of like acknowledged by everybody that like wrestling is fake, and everybody's like operating on the premise of this is essentially this is entertainment in the way that not like a sitcom, but like a movie.
It's scripted, yes. There's a story behind it, but there's still reality aspects of it.
So wait, are you in the camp of wrestling is real?
It's scripted. People actually get hurt. Like it happens.
Mhm.
Like these are real injuries, these are real people doing real things, but it's all scripted. It's predetermined.
So can you explain like how you view wrestling?
It is the viewing party doesn't know the outcome. Well, no, depending on who you are, depending on how much analysis you do, you might know the outcome going into it. But it is you want to see a good story, a good culmination of events, and that leads to a concluding part, which is either favorable to the crowd or not favorable, depending on the era you grew up in.
Hmm. So it's kind of like how do you describe? It's like you're there for the journey. It's like a
Yes,
show. It's a show.
yes, yes.
Okay. Hmm. Might have to look into it. I've never really watched wrestling. I played like the WWE Raw game, like Raw versus SmackDown, like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
my cousin had it.
yeah.
And I used to be cooking on that joint. I used to use what's his name? Rey Mysterio.
You seem like a Rey Mysterio guy.
Wait, what does that mean?
No, it was just like high flyers. I was that's appealing to the youth.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah,
I was like 10.
yeah, yeah. Type.
Yeah. I'll find out what that Rey Mysterio dig really means.
No, okay, Brian. You think I have malice for my words? I don't. It's okay.
No. I was like, he was like, you seem like a Rey Mysterio. I was like, what that mean?
You know,
Rey
you appeal to
Mysterio?
him.
Am I tripping?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, I like the villains, the Randy Ortons, the Batistas, the Kanes, the Undertakers, the villains. You
Undertaker's a
seem like a
villain.
heroes guy. Eh, scary.
I heard they turned The Rock into a villain this time.
Yes, he was operating as so. Let me use the let me nerd out for a second. So the good guys are called heels, and the bad guys are called heels, and the good guys are called faces. So yes, The Rock was in his heel arc, and yeah, he was corporate. He's on the board. He's pulling strings, like I said, because him and Roman Reigns are blood family, so they have the bloodline and all these different nuances I don't want to get into right now. But yeah.
Okay. So so is it like how do you go from good guy to heel? Like isn't the audience like what's going on?
Yeah, good writing. Man, that's my answer. If the script is good enough, it'll make sense.
Okay. So like
Usually it's like the two heels might miscommunicate, and then from there there's a what's the word? Is it fraction? No, not fraction. What's the fracture in like the chemistry, and then they pick two sides of the coin, so the one heel becomes a face, and from there it's like, all right, well, we cheer for you now. It's the enemy of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
mm, okay. And if somebody wanted to like know more about wrestling or get into it, where should they go?
Well, today's one's well, yeah, watch Raw on Mondays, watch SmackDown on Fridays, and get on YouTube. Just type in. I know you either know somebody that knows somebody that watches wrestling, or you've heard one of the greats, the Stone Colds, The Rock, the John Cena's. You type in one of those names, and you just go down the rabbit hole.
Okay. Hmm. Okay, I bet. All right, what else is going on in other sports?
I think Hines Ward is now coaching his alma mater or something like that. Let me get the accurate info. No, he's coaching Arizona State. He's
Who
now the wide receiver coach there.
Hines Ward. Can you give a brief highlight? Who's that?
Legendary Steeler, two-time Super Bowl champion, one-time Super Bowl MVP. He was previously a wide receiver coach at Florida Atlantic and also an offensive assistant for the Jets. He was also a head coach in the XFL before it went under. He played for about 13 years, over 12,000 yards, 1,000 receptions exactly, and 85 touchdowns exactly. He's now coaching under her. I don't have the head coach's first name, but he's coaching under Arizona State. And this could be a platform to him to get to the league, because as you know, Antonio Pierce at one point was coaching at Arizona State, and now he's coaching at the Raiders. So this could be a stepping stone, and yeah, the players we grew up watching are now coaches, and their kids are now in the league. So this is just another example of that.
Hey, time passes. Uh,
Indeed.
what else is going on?
Uh, the appeals court overturns the West Virginia law banning transgender women from sports teams.
Was this like a high school thing, or a college, or like what is it? What does this mean?
According to my research, this applies to in schools. So I'm assuming it's just schools in general in the state of West Virginia. Uh, Overturned by federal appeals court. Okay, let me get some more information on that. Attorney General argued on behalf of the state about to fight to keep the law in place. in the 2-1 ruling siding against Becky Pepper, a 13-year-old transgender girl who argued that the law prevented her from running on the girls' cross country and track teams at her middle school. Pray for the country. That's all I could say. I think there's a lot of just uninformed people out there, and I think that the most important thing you can do is get informed and make better decisions. I don't have a dog in this fight, so I will bow out. No pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have too much to add to that. I mean, I don't know what it means for the landscape of sports going forward. And honestly, I'd like to hear what the ladies out there think about it, you know? How do they think that this is going to impact them and their sports records? Because I remember it was like the UFC thing a couple of years ago.
Yeah, the UFC thing, the swimming stuff. Yeah, I think there's in the wrestler that you see we're going down the rabbit hole. I don't want to go down, but there's a yeah. One in West Virginia, do what the West Virginians do.
Hey,
For me personally, yeah, I just had different thoughts on that.
okay, I bet then the UFL. What happened in the UFL?
Destroying, I think he's pretty popular. Donald DeLahaye. He was a kicker in the UFL. He's out for the season. He tried to make a tackle. That yeah, it was just things just didn't go his way on that front. But in the actual UFL, as far as like competition wise, I think this is like week 3 or week 4. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting. There's been a lot of close matchups, and it's week 4 starting on Saturday, and things are looking up. I feel like they're gonna have some longevity going forward, and I'm just happy that some people have an alternative to the NFL.
Is this like the NBA, the NFL's version of the G League?
Not exactly. It's like uh, it's like I don't want to call it the big 3, but it's just an alternate. It's not an opponent to the NFL. It's like, yeah, we're just here too. It's the Wendy's and the McDonald's. It's like y'all are not opposition necessarily. Y'all just operate in the same market.
But people get signed from these UFL and XFL teams, right? They get elevated, right?
At times, yes.
Okay. Hey, looking forward to it. But to wrap up with, this question actually comes from you, Dan. So I'm gonna pass it to you.
All right. So, like, what are your thoughts on like this is primarily in the NBA because I don't think the NFL does this, but redshirt rookies essentially like you get drafted and the year you get drafted you get hurt and you're out for the year, and your rookie season is the following year. Examples include the likes of Chet Holmgren, Ben Simmons, and Blake Griffin. Do you think there should be a distinction amongst these rookie redshirts going forward, or do you think it's fair game?
I think that shouldn't be considered their rookie season. You're in your second year. You're just
Right.
in your whole first year. This is just your first year stats, but it's not your rookie season. You've had a year around NBA facilities and training. I don't think it's the same as a dude coming straight out of college.
Right. You know, when Ben Simmons won Rookie of the Year over Donovan Mitchell, there was a lot of debate about that. You know, there was even a campaign, this Ben Simmons even the rookie, et cetera, et cetera. I always found it interesting. I didn't think it was that serious, but I did think it was a good conversation point. So just wanted to open the floor up. And let us know what y'all think in the comments. Because
Wait. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I think I think there should be a distinction. Maybe like call it a red shirt or something, but like I think maybe the word rookie just might not be able to be used, or maybe say true rookie versus redshirt rookie or something like that.
I don't think they should get the rookie title at all. You're in your second year. Go compete for offensive player of the year.
So what about in the NFL when you have well in college football when you have a redshirt freshman,
Ooh.
you know, fifth year senior, stuff like that. All these different nuance delegate designations.
I don't think
So
there should be nuance in that situation. It's like I think college is different because it's like, all right, you're redshirting a guy coming out of high school. This is like 18 to 19 versus like 24 to 25 for some of these older guys in the NBA. It's like redshirting when you're 17 to 18. I feel like you get a little bit more leeway. It's like, all right, you could have been a freshman at 19. When you're in the NBA, it's like, I mean, it's like, yeah, I guess you could have like went overseas for a year. This could have been your rookie year or something. But it's like, realistically, you've went through all the pillars and you just got hurt. When they get redshirted in college, my understanding is developmental. They don't want them out there getting killed in football.
fair point. Fair point.
Yeah. And Chet would have played if he wasn't hurt. So I wouldn't really call it like a redshirt. It's just like a freshman asterisk, rookie asterisk.
Well, yeah, they do have medical red shirts though, so not all red shirts are like, it's nuanced, like you said. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
and also you can also redshirt after your freshman year, I think.
Huh?
Yeah, I think you can like redshirt a following year because you can get hurt anytime. So the COVID year and the eligibility
Oh,
rules and all that. So it's like, yeah, you might redshirt your junior year because you got hurt your junior year. You know?
oh, I think you just sparked a question in my mind. Do you think COVID led to there being more opportunity for collegiate athletes that if COVID wasn't there, wouldn't have gotten the opportunity?
Yes and no. I think the door got bigger, but more people are trying to get in. So it's like nothing really changes. It's just the volume.
That's valid. I think we're good here. Yeah. We
Yep.
covered everything. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of the Fever Pitch Podcast. If you haven't already, subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on the platform that you're listening to this on. If you're listening on podcast or Apple Podcasts, and yeah, follow us on Instagram at Fever Pitch Pod. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Take care.
Peace.